Hi, it's Lipstick Gal. Thank you so much for watching today. I wanted to show you what is in my trash. It's rare that I save trash for any purpose, but I save my beauty trash for you so that we can talk about it. I think it is a great way to see what I'm actually finishing, what I have repurchased, and what I know that, you know what, just wasn't for me, because there was a few things here that I could not finish. I couldn't get myself to that point. All right, let me start with this. This is not mine. This is my husband's. He loves this. He's been using this probably for a decade straight. This is from Murad. It's their acne control clarifying cleanser. He keeps a tube of this in the shower and he uses it once a day. And I'm always trying to get him to wash his face twice a day, but I'm like, once a day is good. We'll start with once a day and wearing SPF. We'll go from there. But he loves this stuff. And I'll tell you, on the days that I feel like I've got a breakout coming or I have one, I use a little bit of this in the shower too. Okay, here is something that I have loved for decades. And I have a couple more bottles of this in my skincare stash. This is from Lancome. This is their Bifacil. It's their Biphase makeup remover. I love this stuff. I love this stuff. It is so good. My kids go through it. We love it here in the house. And this is one of those things that I constantly repurchase because I don't want to be without. I call it unicorn tears. I literally use it for like removing everything and it just kind of all just slides right off. All right. Finished up one of these guys and I'm going to like stretch it back out again. This is from Beauty of Joseon. It's the Relief Sun Rice Probiotic SPF 54 plus PA rating. I picked up a whole bunch of these. Let's see, when was it? September, I think. I picked up 4 more of these because this is my favorite SPF. I'm nearly done with the tube I have right now, but I literally get to the point where I squeeze everything out of it. But this is a fantastic one. This is the Korean version. This is not the US version. I forget where I picked mine up, but I will link it for you down below. But I picked them up there, and this was before tariffs kicked in. So I got 4 more. I didn't want to get too much, but I wanted to get enough because I go through about one of these every 2 months, and I wanted to get myself enough of a stash to see how, things progressed. But I have more of this. Love this. Almost done with another tube of it. It's just the best. I finished up a jar of this. This is from Estee Lauder. It's the Revitalizing Supreme Night Cream. I'm going to save this because there's a refillable pod. You can save the jar, get the pod, and that way you're reducing the amount of waste that you're putting out, which I like. But this is a fantastic, fantastic night cream. It's a little on the heavy side. Now that I'm 50, my skin's a little bit drier. My skin's needing a little bit more moisture. This works really well. If you have oily skin or combo oily skin, you may not like this, but I'm feeling like at night, last thing I do before I go to bed is to slather some of this on, and it's really great. I'm probably going to get another pot of it. I really like it. One thing that I already have another of is this. It's so good. It's the Estee Lauder Advanced Night Repair. I've been a fan of this serum for a long time, but in the last couple of years, I have really fallen head over heels for it. And it's the one thing that I consistently use at night, like wash my face, put some of this on. And I definitely think that I'm going to continue to repurchase. I don't use a lot at night. I use a couple of drops. So one bottle lasts me almost 6 months. So I think like 2 bottles a year, that's not too bad for my favorite serum. I have so many setting sprays. One of them that I could not for the life of me finish, and I tried, is this. It's from Ulta Beauty. It's the Wannabe Active. This was a makeup setting spray that had an SPF 50 in it. Oh, first of all, smelled terrible. Smelled terrible. There's still a lot in here, and I could not bring myself to do it. I also felt like I was spraying grease on my face. It ended up making my whole makeup start to melt off. So do not recommend the setting spray, the SPF 50 setting spray from Ulta. I'm hoping that they're going to reformulate because that was just terrible. But did finish and love the Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray from Charlotte Tilbury. That's been a really good one. I don't know how many cans of this I've gone through, but my kids seem to love it. And every time I reach for one of my long wear setting sprays, there aren't any because my kids, yeah. Another one that they really seem to like is this one here from Tier. This is the Mask Fit Makeup Fixer. This is great. This is $15. You can pick this up at Ulta. I think out of all of the like long wear ones, this is my favorite. And I should have picked it up during the Sephora sale. I know Sephora is going to do another 20% off for everybody. I'm not sure when it starts, but I'll probably pick up more of this because this is the one thing that in my house we tend to go through pretty quickly. I'm always trying different products for my hair. My naturally curly hair is, I feel like when the weather changes, the needs that my hair has changed. It gets a little bit frizzier, and that's the last thing I want. I want my hair not to be like a giant dandelion gone to seed where all it needs is a strong wind to just blow it all away. Some things that I had been using and I almost finished, but I didn't really fall in love with, and I have 2 jars of them, is this. This is from Maui. This is their Curl Quench Coconut Oil Curl Smoothie for thick and curly hair. Was it hydrating? Yes. Was it almost a little too heavy? And maybe what I need is more hold and less moisture. I don't know. I didn't really love this. I like the way that it smells. It smells pretty nice. It smells very coconutty. Yeah, but I just feel like there are better things out there for my hair that'll, kind of contain the frizz. This was not it. Another thing that I finished that I have gone back and forth on because I used to love this. It was the only thing I used to use. Then I started trying a few other things, but I still like it. It's not my favorite anymore. It's from Cantu. This is the Moisturizing Activating Curl Cream. This is good stuff, but it's not my favorite. It is very affordable when it comes to curly products. Okay, something else that I liked, but it doesn't have enough hold for me, is this from Curlsmith. It's the Frizz Rescue Curl Retainer. This has a good ability to kind of reduce frizz, but it's only a 6 out of 10 when it comes to hold. And my hair needs a little bit more containing, otherwise frizz everywhere. My goal is to only wash my hair twice a week. Now, this is where I tell you I have very dry hair. I have a dry scalp. I don't have to worry too much about things getting out of control, especially in winter time. I do wash my hair a little bit more frequently in the summer, but now that we're in cooler temperatures, I can usually go twice a week washing my hair. So I need my hair to be able to not get too frizzy in between washes, and that just did not have enough hold. Other than that, though, I really love Curlsmith products. All right, what I've been using recently and really been liking, and I'm on my second tube of, is this. This is from Miss Jessie's. It's the Coily Custard. This is a really heavy duty gel. It gives a really nice and heavy cast to the hair. It's supposed to be for naturally coily and curly hair with maximum definition, eliminating curl shrinkage, and it's supposed to be a wash and go styling product. I feel like it's really great for my hair. It gives a maximum amount of hold. I do have some other products in my closet that I need to get through, but I think that when it comes time to get stuff again, I might just switch to this because this keeps the frizz at bay. It really, the amount that I put in, if I put in more, I get really kind of nicely defined curls with no frizz, or if I want a little bit of fluff, I'll use a little bit less. This has really been the one thing that I like and has been working well for me. Alrighty, let's talk some makeup. Guess who finished 2 tubes of balm.com? I love this stuff. I love this stuff. And right now, if you happen to go to the Glossier website, you can actually get cookie butter and hot cocoa. If those are your favorites. I love the scent of cookie butter and hot cocoa. I love the color of hot cocoa and black cherry. Those are my favorite shades. Do love me some strawberry, but I do need to go and get a few more tubes. I only have, this sounds bad. I only have 2 tubes left in my skincare closet. I had like 6, and all of a sudden I'm down to like only 2 tubes left, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to run out. So I might pick a few up if I can get them on during Black Friday on a sale. But yeah, this is my favorite. I know that I like the Ulla Henriksen peptide lip treatment. That's nice. There's some other ones that are really great, but there's something about these guys, and it's maybe because I've been using them for so long. I've been using this since they first came out with this, and they only had it in the clear, with no scent to it. I've been using this forever. And I've tried almost every single shade, and I have my faves. And yeah, I don't know that I'm going to be swayed. There's one in my living room. There's one at my desk. There's one by my bedside. There's one in my purse. There's one in my car. Like, this is the lip balm that I have kind of everywhere. And I think that it's going to be my long-term lip balm. All right. Let's talk mascaras. I had a couple of mascaras that I have thoughts on. Here is the one from Dibs. I wanted to love this because it has both mascara on one side and primer on the other. And you can see how the bristles are very different based on which side you open up. The primer is brown. I love me a brown primer. It's a tubing mascara. Also love a tubing formula. The problem I had with this, and I noticed the instant I opened it up the very first time, was that it was a dry formula. So did it do a good job of giving me really nice, voluminous? Yes, I got the volume because the brush on the mascara side had a really great kind of hourglass, big and fluffy sort of wand. You got some really thin separation and lengthening with the primer. I liked the whole thing. It was just so dry, it didn't last very long. And this is the mini, and the mini is $19. The full size, I think, is $30, $29 or $30. And I can't imagine paying that and not even getting the full 3 months out of it. No, I want my mascara to last at least 3 months. You know, then I will check it and get a new one. But yeah, no, this was not the thing. And at that price, no. All right. Also realized that my Charlotte Tilbury Exaggerize Volume Mascara had expired. I've had it for too long. Did I like it? Yes. It was also not my favorite. I felt like it dried out really quickly, even though this you have to keep twisting until you feel it lock. It clicks and it locks closed. And if you only twist it up to a certain point, it's going to dry out. And I did have mine clicked closed, and it still felt like it dried out kind of quickly. It did give a beautiful volume to the lashes. It did give a beautiful lengthening to the lashes. I did feel like it was a little on the heavy side. Don't know that I have to have that one again. Also have a version of the L'Oreal Voluminous Panorama. This is actually a really nice mascara. I like that we have this more cone-shaped brush. It has really nice short bristles at the tip, longer bristles towards the bottom. It picks up a really nice amount of product. It deposits a good amount. I feel like it does a really good job of lengthening, and it does build the volume. The one thing I would say is I have a hard time washing this off. It's not really a tubing mascara. Some people call it a tubing mascara. Maybe it has tubing ingredients, but hot water does not make it come off in just little tubes. That, when I say tubing, that's what I mean. This, I would say, qualifies as a washable mascara, but I really struggle to wash it off. That's why this is not one of my favorites. I do love the look that I get from this, but it's the removal that just makes me go, please don't let me lose any lashes as I'm washing this off my face. So it's a great mascara for the way that it looks and wears. Does not smudge, does not go places. It looks really great on the eyes, but I personally struggle to get it off. All right, I realized that my Skin Mimetic Concealer from Make had expired. They sent me a new one. I have been loving this stuff. It is such a great concealer. It does beautiful things underneath my eyes. I feel like the older I get, the better this plays with my skin. The first time I tried it, I was in my late 40s. I think I was like 47, 48. And now that I'm 50 and trying it, I'm like, whoa, it's really knocking my socks off. You can use it all over the face if you want for like foundation, but I like using it just where I need it, like hyperpigmentation spots, under the eyes, tapping it out and letting my skin be my skin. This is really great. Already have another one, but that one was sent to me by Make. But when I run out of that, you betcha I'm buying myself another one. All right, a couple of brow products that I finished. One that I need to go and get another of is this Morphe brow pencil. This is so good. This is officially called their Nano Brow Pencil. I had the shade Cold Brew and I just finished it up yesterday. And I was like, oh, I'm already out. Oh no. I was worried I wasn't going to have enough to do my brows with, but it worked perfectly. I really like it. I like that it's $11, and I like that I can pick it up at Ulta just down the street from where I live. All right, here is something I think ABH has redone their brow pen. They now have their micro stroke, which I really like. This is the old brow pen. I don't know that they still make this anymore. I guess I could check, but it's a, one of those little teeny tiny brush tip pens that, I feel like the flow of ink to this wasn't as good as it is to the other one. I was getting too much ink coming out of this. It's dried up now. But before I had problems with it because I was getting too much flow. I feel like they solved that problem with their micro stroke brow pen that I really, really, really love. I finished up another one of the M Cosmetics Illustrative Liner. I love this liner. I already had, okay, this is one where I didn't have to go and buy it because I already had backups. This is the one eyeliner I never want to be without. I love this so much. It's the perfect liquid liner for me. I like it in brown. It does come in black, but brown is my fave. And I still have another one unopened waiting in the wings. So if you're looking for a really nice one, this is great. It has a really beautiful brush tip on it. I feel like you're getting just the right amount of product coming out. It flows beautifully. It has one of those airtight seal caps, so it has kind of like a spring-loaded action in the cap to make sure that you're not losing product through evaporation. It's fantastic. All right, here's something that let me down. I was really rather bummed. This right here is from City Lips. It's their defining liner. This dried up and broke. And I was like, okay, well, it hasn't been that long since they sent me these. I think they sent me these like in the spring, and it hasn't even been like 6 months. And I'm trying to get it back in there. And even though it broke off, I was like, can I get it to draw on my, I can't get it to draw. It's not leaving any marks at all. I'm pressing pretty hard here and it's not doing anything. So I was really disappointed that this didn't last that long, and City Lips charges a lot. I just don't think that these are worth it. Would not recommend. Well, that's on my trash. Thanks for sitting through these reviews. And I hope this helps you make decisions based on what you're looking for. We may have differences when it comes to what we want in a product. We may have differences of opinion about what works well for us. But I really feel like most of the things that I have here are repurchases, like the Bifacil from Lancome, like some of my hair products, the Coily Custard from Miss Jessie. But I feel like some of these other things, like the mascaras, I don't know that I'm getting these again. This one especially. This one really let me down, the one from Dibs. But there's some other really great things here. Hey, thank you so much for watching. Here's where I want to know, what are the products you go through regularly? The ones that you're constantly repurchasing. Ones that I'm going to go out and get again, like, yes, need, must have. Things that you're glad that you already have another one open. Let me know what those are in the comment section down below. Or if you've tried some duds, save us all from getting things that we don't need. Let us know. Don't keep it to yourself. Thank you so, so much for making the time to watch today. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you again soon.